God, what an ass butt book. It's been a hot second since I got my grump on for y'all, but oh, have I got a rant for you. Actually, that's a lie. This book is more disappointing than it is a rage fest. But don't worry, there's stuff to bitch about. Oh, is there? There was just so much wasted potential. I mean, forbidden love plus a dead wifey whodunit plot and a background bad guy. Hell, our heroine is even a scarred housekeeper spy. Hello, gothic romance. Bryony is in the hero's home to pose as a maid so she can investigate her daddy's death. She is certain her smallpox scars will keep her invisible while she spies on her suspect. And that suspect? Why, he's our married hero. My chubby ass jiggles for that kind of internal conflict. Now you might think this thing sucks leprosy balls cause our dude ain't single. But nope, that ain't it. 1, his wife is evil. And 2, this is ye olde England, so divorce ain't a thing. And 3, well, his wife gets murdered. Yep, I'm spoiling it for you, and I regret absolutely nothing. Now this book sucks for a lot of reasons, but the suckage starts with our dead wifey. Bryony opens the book already suspecting Adrian, so his dead wife don't really help. And I'd be cool with that if our girl wasn't a walking moron. She is so indecisive. Like, gee, is my crush a murderer or not? If y'all don't see what's wrong with the sentence that I just said, hi, serial killer. I don't mean Bryony has doubts. I mean she's a damn ping pong ball. One page, she's convinced that Adrian is the devil incarnate, and then 5 pages later, bam, he's a saint. But then why turn the chapter and he is back on the guilt train? And the kicker? This chick does all of that flip-flopping without rhyme or reason. Yeah, she changes her mind with conviction and without evidence. I can't tell you how annoyingly batshit wackadoodle that was. I just spit, that's how angry I got. Cause you see, hero face ain't nuanced enough to justify her stupidity. Their OTP interaction is just Adrian trying to sex up Bryony. That's it, literally, in every scene. She never ever gets any insightful observation into his supposed inner kindness. No puppy rescue missions, no uncovered secrets that show he's a good guy. Just him dirty talking her whenever they're alone together. But you know what the really sad part is? I can't even fangirl over his dirty talking because fuck this guy. No, for real, this mofo is walking scum. Don't believe me? Well, don't take my word for it. Let's let Mr. Pooper Scooper speak for his own damn self, shall we? I told myself I wouldn't. I'd be a gentleman, but I'm afraid I'm simply too weak to resist you. She tried to find her voice, her pride. No, I won't, she managed to choke out. He smiled at her, a smile of peculiar sweetness. Yes, you will, because you want me just as much as I want you. Your mouth may be full of lies, but your body betrays you. Can I please chop off his dick with a rusty spoon? Pretty please, that's all I want for Christmas. Because yep, that's right. This idiot thinks that consent is a magical unicorn. It just doesn't exist. The man literally just pulled the I know your no means yes card. Tragically, I expect to read that on my Twitter newsfeed. I don't expect it to be in my 2013 romance novel. That smile is to keep me from crying. Any dipshit who thinks that consent and arousal are synonymous can go gargle with acid. So, of course, unsexy heroes will always rock unsexy sex. Now, no, a romance novel don't need good boinking to be good. But the boinking needs to do something. I'm not talking steam factor or choreography. I'm talking why sex, period. Our OTP bang in the last 30 pages with the most yawn-tacular boinkin ever. The pacing and the dumb timing was bad enough, but the scene added absolutely nothing. Good romance sex should always fix one problem before creating another. But nope, not here. This sex was there because sex. Sex, 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 sex. Rewind and hug yourself every time I said sex. I know, we're not done yet, people. It gets worse. Much worse. Cause this Pound Town, oh, it played all the classics. A Misplaced Hymen, Consent Issues, oh, and my personal favorite, screamy, hurtful cherry poppin'. None of this is how sex works, people. Mr. Asshole even says he'll try not to make it hurt, and those words hurt me. And I ain't done yet. Because this banging gets worse than worse. How? I'll tell you how. With our heroine, banging the hero, with a fresh bullet wound in her arm. She has a bleeding hole in her and she's not on painkillers and she can boink? When I read that with these eyeballs, I lost 10 IQ points. My brain was super duper pissed. But this dumb sex scene is a good microcosm for what is wrong with this book. It wasn't just the sex that was shoehorned in. It was the entire conflict and the subsequent resolution. And when I say entire conflict, I ain't lying. In the final 30 pages, we get 1. The OTP, word vomiting their love without ever having previously processed it. 2. The hero's decade-long I accidentally killed people guilt getting magically washed away. 3. The hero's arrest by the local police. 4. The heroine's kidnapping, attempted murder, and escape. 5. The bad guy's motives, revealed plans, and accidental maybe death. 6. The most pathetic sex scene in the history of sex scenes. 7. A wedding and an escape from the country. All of this within the last 30 pages, people. This book just sucks. The characters suck, the plot sucks, the writing sucks. The thing is weak and sucky, and now I'm sad. I'm sorry, y'all. I know I was hella harsh in this video, but I'm not sorry. I shelled out money for this book. If I give you my money, I am entitled to bitch. I feel bad because Anne Stewart is a pretty big name in the genre. I'm sure she's a fine person. It's not a slam against her. It's a slam against the goddamn book. I tried not to get too screamy in this video, but we'll see how well I held up to that when we edit. So if I busted your eardrums, I'm so sorry. Maybe you should just mute me and put just the captions on. On the one hand, the book was good enough to make me finish it. There have been other books that have been far less successful than that. And maybe I could forgive the pacing problems, and maybe I can forgive the romance, but I really cannot get over the consent issues. It is 2017, people. The book was written in 2013. We are done with the whole body arousal equals consent. Then again, to Anne Stewart's credit, maybe we're not, because hello, newsfeed.